Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, and today I want to talk about Johan. I'm gonna hint on Zack and hit on Vasco and a bit of Daniel, but mainly I want to talk about what I'm saying, Johan. Now Johan has had a phenomenal arc in general, like throughout the story. If we just look at from the beginning when we were first introduced to him, ultra talented, like bodies built different. He can adapt really quickly. He's just one of those people like a chameleon. He can just learn anything rapidly. Learn boxing in a short amount of time and destroyed Zack, who was, had high potential and high ceiling. But his life was kind of always destined to be a disaster. It was really destined to be a disaster because if you look at from his early childhood, his mother struggling to afford anything because you know her eyesight was going, and because her eyesight was going, she couldn't really do her job, which is cutting hair as a barber, as a hairdresser. So it was tough for her to get business because she stopped fucking up kids' hairs, bro. You stop fucking up hair, people are like, bro, I ain't pulling up to that barber no more. um and then obviously the whole arc with the goddamn cult that she ended up in, and I think by that stage she just needed anything and something to cling on to, and they were being used and abused and brainwashed and manipulated, and she fell for it, and getting yanked out of that didn't help her. She still firmly kind of believed it. And she started losing her shit and being abusive towards Johan, and Johan had to kind of escape that situation for his own health and safety, as well as to find a way to help his mother. You know what I'm saying? He felt like as soon as his mother started losing her eyesight, she started, praying more. She started believing in God more. She started, connect with something anyway to like fix her problem. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just too much. She's been through a tough ass life, it seems, even before having Johan. And, obviously the father not being there and all of that shit, it just make things way more difficult. And because of that, Johan really has just had a torrid story. I think his story is actually sadder and worse than Daniel's. Daniel's mother did all she can, struggling with boxes, doing all type of jobs that she could in order to make sure Daniel's life was decent. And Daniel at the start was the most ungrateful little shit on earth, and that was a phenomenal tale on its own. But I think at least Daniel had that. Daniel had a mother and has a mother that cares and tries her damn hardest. Johan's mother tried, but she lost her plot, bro. Because she lost her plot, she became a bit abusive. She became aggressive. She called him the devil, and it was just a different type of scenario that he had to escape and live on his own and fend for himself and do a lot by himself and try to figure out a way to survive, begging and trying to join anything and doing anything. But being strong is one of the only things he has. In fact, it's really the only thing he has. He's not the smartest tool in the shed. He's not gifted at like making friends and stuff like that. So obviously his journey to get to the level he's at, especially with the way he got absolutely pummeled and decimated, by goo. It's just not, you know what I mean? And gone as well. Like the way these men just keep decimating him and beating his ass, it's tough, man. These guys are too strong for him currently, but he's still super young. These guys are in their prime, their peak 19, 20. He's still like 16, not even, barely 17 type shit. So he has potential still to overtake these godly figures who were godly figures at that same age too. Just drop my keyboard, of course, beautiful. But absolutely, just I just wanted to talk about that, just to give y'all, or to remind y'all of just, what I'm saying, that backstory. I need to make a week hero video as well, because I'm pretty sure season 2's got to be coming soon. But yeah, man, it's just, to see him now working for the workers, even though it's not technically a good job, and the people he's working for are not good people, but it puts him in a position where he can finally be able to help his mother. Like, he just needs to collect so much money in order to have that surgery to hopefully help his mother. And he's been betrayed and bamboozled, and the people that care about him, he feels he needs to separate himself from, so that he can focus on his goal, on this one dimensional, like, really not one dimension, not in terms of like emotional and shit like that. One dimension, so like focus, like one target. You know what I'm saying? Like he's laser focused on just healing his mother, and that's just amazing, bro. And it's super freaking sad, bro. So he just doing that, and he's trying his best. And the workers again aren't good people, but he's almost naive to that shit. He turns a blind eye to it. Like they tell him, yo, they kidnapping people. He's like, yo, my job is to stay here and make sure nobody gets in. So that's what I finna do, because I really need, like, look, all these motherfuckers getting drugged and abused, bro. That's sad, bro. But I need, my mama comes first. No matter what, my mama comes first. Now we also see Zack here, and this is another beautiful progression by Zack here. We see that despite the influence and all of that stuff by Jiho, he still has this goodness within him, and he just couldn't let these people kidnapped, you know, to be kidnapped and abused like that. He just couldn't do it. He can't really stand injustice by that level. So he's like, nah, I'm gonna go back in, even though I need to save my own man's. I need, at the same time, I can't let these motherfuckers just, you know what I'm saying? So he's going in with a vengeance. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful reading. Some of these chapters weren't absolutely amazing, I'm not gonna lie, but the overarching story around it is phenomenal. I actually think a lot of it was better without Daniel. To be quite frank, I think some Daniel's parts has too many jokes sometimes that takes away from the moment. You know what I'm saying? And the jokes run on for a hell of a long time, like unnecessarily. Like that whole Jake and thing and Daniel thing where they kept saying the same shit. That was, I found out. I just skimmed past that bitch, but Johan, bro. And now, Zack is at the door with Vasco, and they kung fu chopping him. And, Vasco thought that he was close like last time. Because remember, this is connected to Viral Hit, how to fight. And basically, he learned Taekwondo, so he made a friend. We thank God he needs he needs friends, and he learned Taekwondo from him. That's the only thing he was using against Vasco. So Vasco thought like we on the same level. Like he's not, I was defensive, you know what I'm saying? So if I turn it up, I can beat this man, or I can, what I'm saying, do something. Different bananas, bro. Different story, bro. My man started doing all type of martial arts, fucking kickboxing, Muay Thai, fucking everything, bro. Take one dude, and he just whooping the shit out of Vasco and Zack, bro. I feel bad for Vasco and Zack. These motherfuckers been training and working so goddamn hard just to get their ass whooped by these overly talented motherfuckers. Like that's just reality, unfortunately. But that's just what's happened, and they just getting their ass beat. And Zack is like bruised up, eye barely open, and he's like, "You guys got to go in there and try to save Daniel and try to save the people and do what we can do. I'ma hold him out here. That's the least I can do. Like at the end of the day, this is my best friend out here, so I'm gonna deal with this shit." And then Eli pulls up, and he about to start attacking. Now I don't think Eli is as strong as Johan, to be honest with you. He was before, but I don't think he's as strong as Johan right now. No cap, bro. I think Johan's bag him up. Now, obviously, 3-on-1, they would win, but I think 1-on-1, Johan is bagging him up, bro. We saw how he fought against Ali, you know what I'm saying? We saw how he fought against him. I don't see him being able to cope with the high talent level of Johan, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, super intriguing. Eli looks good. I like the blonde hair. He's dressed, you know what I'm saying, to the gill. I still hate that he's called Big Daddy, but Big Daddy, he went in, tried to save somebody, caught some shit. He's gonna fight somebody powerful. Jason, the guy with Jake, he's gonna be fighting somebody powerful too. It's just looking really, really good right now. But I'm just glad that my boy Johan is finally getting strong. I want him to be one of the strongest characters in this bitch, bro. No cap, cause he's built so different. But at the same time, I need Zack to finally beat this man. Golly, bro, this man keeps getting his ass whooped every goddamn week, bro. Come on, Zack, bro. I don't know. Get fucking get drugged up or something, bro. Fucking become the Hulk, man. Get cybernetics, man. I don't know. Figure some shit out, bro. You gotta beat this man. You can't keep getting your ass whooped like this on the daily, my boy. Come on, man. We can't be having this, Zack. You're my favorite character, bro. Come on, my favorite character's gotta be OP, bro. And if they're weak, they gotta be, something else, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Zack, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think Zack is eventually gonna overcome you know, overcome Johan. I think that's the only way to save him for Zack. I think only Zack can do it specifically as well. So that's going to be something interesting to see in the future. I kind of want the story to go towards its conclusion. I've been reading this bitch since 2013, so like it's been a long time, and I feel like some of the stuff is dragged out a little bit. I think we can get to the conclusion a good bit quicker. I think the next 200 chapters max should be how to close off the whole story. You know what I'm saying? That would be my suggestion, but we're gonna have to see what happens. But I'm super excited right now for Johan's arc and Johan's story and his conclusion. Jake's one has been phenomenal too, of course. But yeah, what do you guys think, man? The invincible Jake, the invincible Johan, and he got a girl that's like interested in him. You know, now that I know the girl is like a bad guy, quote unquote, but like at the same time, that's actually one thing I'm very, very disappointed in Lookism. The romance is very weak. Like it used to be way more like stronger. Like the girls used to play a bigger role in the story. Now they're just like completely sidelined. We know that Mary is OP as a motherfucker, like, but we ain't even seen her really fight. We know that she's like high tier, like she might be on some Johan type level shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And we never see her do shit like, it's like, bro, what the fuck, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the female characters are being wasted quite like a lot. Crystal, like we ain't really seen too much with her. Like there's all of these female characters, and I feel like they're in the back burner too much. I think, you know, I don't know. Some of the female writing and some of the in a lot of stories in general, especially action-packed stories, is very poor. And you know, that's something I think these writers need to start thinking about, or something. Or if you're gonna introduce them as a background character, then introduce them as a background character and keep them there. Like Weak Hero kind of does that. The story is essentially completely focused on the boys. You know what I'm saying? There's a few hints of girls here and there, but it's essentially hyper focused on the boys. But I think in terms of Lookism, the girls were played a pivotal role and were a pivotal part of the story for a good few arcs, where it feels, you know what I'm saying, it feels a bit that they're just out of there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously Vivi's here, but we never met Vivi before, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know that sometimes the arcs like gotta go from, you know, like, I mean, we came from Jake's arc, so obviously none of those girls can be there. But yeah, I just feel like overall in the importance of the story, I don't feel like they were playing as an important role as I thought. And mainly I just want to see Vasco's girl story. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, Vasco needs to get that girl, bro, who he thinks is a boy. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That shit was beautiful. Like, I love those chapters. But I think this is good just because it's progressing the story quicker, and we need kind of a balance of both, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, what do you guys think overall in the current, you know, the state of Lookism currently? I think we're in a pretty good place right now. I think, you know, I complained when we weren't, but I think Jake's arc was just so fucking phenomenal. And even though this new arc didn't start off that amazing, it's picked up in the past like chapter or two. It's picked up a ton, and I think it has potential to be really good as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, been your boy Supremacy to God. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Love me like a rock star. Love me like a rock star in your dreams. Drive me like a sports